Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of 7 Around 7. That would be 7 a.m. Pacific. I'm here in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, 8 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And the colors out here, the fall colors are starting. It's happening. The next few weeks out here, next 2-3 weeks, amazing. Anyway, guys, what I've got for you today is not a weather report, even though, yeah. But I want to talk about stroke technique, and the subtitle there is The Confusing Message Your Brain is Receiving. And before we get into that, look, if there's some specific part of your game that you're struggling with, that you just can't figure out, been working like a dog, and maybe trying to get some help with an on-court pro or on-court lessons or whatever it is, but it's just not clicking. I do offer private one-on-one coaching, not on the tennis court, but either via Zoom or phone. And you can send me a video if you want to do that or not. But if there's some part of your game, could be stroke technique, could be tactics, strategy, mental, physical, whatever it is, I'm here to help. And so the best way to inquire, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com, and I'll get back to you with details, how it works. I do record our session, and so that you've got future reference. You can always go back and check it out, whatever it is that we talked about. So that info is down below. Again, brent@webtennis.com. So look, stroke technique, confusing message your brain is receiving. Now I want you to think about this for a second. I could ask you a question like, what is the biggest, most common opportunity we have to work on stroke technique? And that would literally be every time you're on the tennis court, which is when you start a rally. Right? I mean, look, I see it all the time, and something I used to do, and I see it in lots of players. And we're all working on. Let's take the forehand ground. Let's take the backhand ground stroke, for example. First of all, how many times do you actually start a rally with your backhand? Probably very few, right? I mean, 1 out of 10 at the most. Maybe 10% of the time. Look, when we start a rally, to me, it's like a golden opportunity to tell the brain, this is what we want to replicate on, let's say, the backhand, right? And what do we do too often? Well, too often, we pull a ball out of our pocket when we want to start a rally, and we just drop it and slop it over with a forehand. There's no really rhyme or reason in terms of actually thinking, here's a golden opportunity, pull the ball out, turn, the whole framework turn, the Jeff Jacklitz framework turn, drop the ball exactly where you want to make contact in terms of the spatial relationship you want away from the path of the incoming ball, and set yourself into the hitting setup position, drop, hit, and don't peek. Right? Don't peek. Don't be looking up too early. Right? Well, how often do you do that? Probably never. And to me, it's sending a message, a confusing message to your brain, because it's saying, well, this is how we hit the forehand. We just kind of slop it over. Right? And we never ever do it in the backhand, maybe once in a while. And so, look, I know this is sort of kind of sounding so obvious. It's like, well, of course, but how often do you actually do that? How often do you even if you're not going out there and drilling, right? Even if you're not out there a couple of times a week and you're doing a drill session where you're really working on some part of technique, something specific. Even if you're just going out there to play, right? And that's fine. Look, but what I would tell you, if that's the only practice that you get, because you're going out there and you're playing sets of singles, you're playing sets and doubles. So the only kind of focused, conscious practice that you're getting is when you start a rally. And if you're slopping the ball over there, you're telling your brain, this is how we hit a forehand. If you go up to net to play some volleys, to warm up volleys, typically what I see 99 out of 100 players do when they start a rally, when they're up at net, is they hit some form of a forehand ground stroke. They don't actually put a ball up. They don't actually turn, get the racket prepped in the racket prep position for a volley, kind of play a ball up there in their other hand and play an actual volley stroke. Way too often I see someone go up their net, they pull a ball out of their pocket and they just sort of slop over a semi-topper ground stroke, as if your brain is getting the message, well, this is what we do when we come up to net. So look, if this is kind of a mild rant, but I would say, look, really be more aware of how you start the rally. Use it as a golden opportunity to reinforce to your brain, this is what I want to do when there's an actual incoming ball from my opponent. This is the spacing I want. This is the contact I want. This is the swing shape I want. This is the feeling of the swing. This is the no peeking habit that I'm developing because I'm starting the rally off not by slopping it over, but by being perfect and just sending that message to your brain. Here's how we want to hit a forehand. Look, what I would tell you today is when you go out, if it's today or the next time you play, start every rally with a backhand. Start every frickin' rally with a backhand today and make it dead perfect. Make it absolutely perfect in terms of, the framework turn, in terms of where you're going to toss the ball so that it's spatially perfect, so that its contact is perfect, so the pre-contact swing shape is exactly what you want. The contact there's just that whole flow out through the ball when you start the rally. And if you don't do that, then you're sending conflicting messages to your brain about how to hit that shot. Lots of times I go up to net and I will start the volley rally, right, with a backhand. I'll turn, right? I'll make sure that I've got that front shoulder pointed at a 45 diagonal towards where I want contact to be, right? I'm not kind of facing forward and just kind of throwing it back. I'm turning, getting into the hitting position, prep position, and boom, just playing a backhand volley, feeling it. Not an easy shot. I'm telling you, go out there today and try to feed backhand volleys, and you're going to find that's a bit of a challenge, right? So why not use that opportunity when you start a rally, when you're up at net, is to feel how you would start the rally with a backhand volley and just get really good at it. Get really good at it and start to tell your brain, hey, this is what we want to do when we're actually playing. So hope that makes sense. I just think we have all these opportunities to give a message to our brain that are either positive, this is what we don't want to do, or we're sending messages to our brain, which is confusing it. Go, really? That's how you want to start that's how you want to play a forehand? You want to face forward and just kind of slop a ball over, big whoop? I don't know, up to you. I just don't trust my subconscious enough to know the difference. So there you have it. Look, guys, would love to hear what's on your mind today from today's message. Down below in the comments area, you can let me know. You can also shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. And also, look, again, if you're looking for some help, there's something you can't figure out, a very specific part of your game, I'm here to help you. We can do some private one-on-one coaching. And, rather than struggling and getting frustrated and trying to figure it out on your own, being the classic DIYer, the do-it-yourselfer, let me give you some help. Certainly point you in a direction that I've gone in that has really helped me in whatever that part of your game is that you want to get figured out. Shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com, and I'll get back to you, let you know how it works, what the details are, what the price is, and then you can decide if this is something that you want to try. And like with everything else, I do offer a full money-back guarantee. Look, if you sign up for a private thing with me and we go through it and you don't like it, it doesn't work for you, just let me know. No hard feelings, and you'll get 100% refund of your money. no sweat, no big deal. So again, Brent at webtennis.com, and I'll get right back to you. All right, guys, that's it for me today. It's time for all of us. We got to get out there. Whew. Out there. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, let's do this again tomorrow.